Now that I've finished the main story of Cyberpunk and a good chunk of the side quest, I thought I'd share some thoughts, because I have such mixed feelings about this game. I'm going to keep spoilers to a minimum, with some mild gameplay spoilers for later in the game. If you haven't played and want to be completely in the dark, then maybe don't watch. I think that it's fair to say that the game was overhyped. CD Projekt Red clearly did not help with this. Cinematic trailers to celebrity appearances, they got people thinking this was going to be the game to end all games. It definitely isn't that. I think it's an interesting game to talk about though. Let me start off with some glaring positives. The story and the characters. Cyberpunk's story is very character driven. Luckily the characters are very good. An obvious one being Johnny Silverhand. Keanu Reeves had me surprised again and again with how good his performance was. I'm a long time fan of the guy, but I really didn't know he had it in him.
All we are is dust in the wind, dude.
Yeah, never mind, he always has. Then there's some other really great characters. You got the older Cardos. You got Panam, Mitch, Saul. These characters have a real tangible personality to them that's really hard to find in a lot of big name games. Obviously, this is driven by a good narrative. The story starts off with a bang and it ends with a bang. I felt somewhat disconnected at times in the middle, but often this was because I beat off doing loads of side quests between chapters and ended up losing the flow a bit. Other than that, I can say that it really felt like some of my decisions in the game had real weight to them, and it was a great feeling to have to make these choices having no idea what they would alter about the story. And there really were some standout sections of the story. A personal favourite of mine being those short and sweet sections you get to play as Johnny Silverhand. He really felt like a different experience to the rest of the game. It was a great change of pace. Next, the world. I think it's fair to say there's some Blade Runner inspiration here. I mean... And I know I'm by far not the first person to make these comparisons, but I like Blade Runner, so it's good. I think they really nailed the aesthetic of the dreary, nasty city. It's just uncomfortable to be in. The buildings are beautiful, especially with these neon signs at night time. Like, come on. So, you got a beautiful world, you got interesting characters, you got a great plot, you got amazing music. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, you'll already know. So, the game just isn't fucking finished. You can't go an hour without something going wrong in this game. Most of the time, at least for me playing on PC, the issues were minor and didn't bother me too much. But sometimes it was just annoying, like here. There seems to be two music tracks linked on top of each other. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Fuck's sake. But the bugs and glitches are going to be temporary, obviously. Even by the time I release this, some of the more major issues will have probably been fixed. So I want to talk about instead something that isn't a bug. Just how lifeless the world feels. As I've said, it's beautiful, but that doesn't mean shit, because I can't lose myself in this game at all. The NPCs are just husks. There's no sense of motion or independence to them, and the way they interact with you is just stupid. Oh, this crouching thing when they're scared just got on my nerves so much. It all hurts more when it's compared to the much bigger things promised by CD Projekt Red. When they fix the bugs, this needs an upgrade too. I think players will feel much more inclined to explore and just enjoy the world when the interactions are more up to par. Then here's something I'm really mixed about. The combat of the game. Sometimes the combat was satisfying and fluid, but sometimes it was janky to the point of unplayable. Even past the glitches, some of the guns just don't feel as nice to use as others. Because of this inconsistency, not every new weapon you got was exciting. I'd say it's a small gripe. So, overall, the guns are solid. The melee combat isn't as bright of a story. I couldn't make myself use melee weapons much with my playthrough. With the first person perspective, it was easy to feel lost and confused in close range, and the NPCs being so lifeless just meant being face to face with them didn't have the edge that I hoped. I can't complain too much about these mantis claws though. I like these. Good on you guys. Mantis claws are fun. I want to emphasise that I don't hate Cyberpunk. In fact, far from it. I think it's a really promising game, and it could bring a lot of advancements to games in the future that I've really wanted to see. I mean, some of the animations in this game are just beautiful, and it's got a real immersive story and good celebrity performances. I think it has so much promise, and I would love to see it get upgraded and get the care that it deserves in the future. So I'm not giving up on Cyberpunk, and I'm sure I will come back to it in a few months when it's in a much better state and redo a playthrough. Overall though, the groundwork of the game is great. So once they fix all these nagging little issues and they make the game run better on consoles and we get a much smoother experience for everyone, this game will be an absolute masterpiece in my opinion. But right now it's not. I'll give Cyberpunk 2077 a 7 out of 10. Some of these clips were from my live stream on twitch.tv/The Causeway. If you want to check us out there, that'd be cool. Other than that, thanks for watching and see you next time.